He's always on the brighter side. Left side, the brighter side.
There you go. That's where it's at.
That's where we at every Thursday. The BS with Loretta Tina and Company. Yo,
Yo,
we in the building. You hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Happy Thursday.
Yes. Happy Thursday.
Happy Friday Eve.
That's right. That's right. We in here, ready to get started. I'm excited.
So am
Shine
I.
some light on the world.
Talk about it.
So let's start off with the intention of the day, which I mean, the premise behind it is really because we get to choose our own thoughts. So why think crap? Let's think some
Why
powerful thoughts. So the intention for today is the evidence of all that I've been working towards is becoming more and more visible every day. I can see it, I can feel it, and I can taste it. How that taste?
Because it's right there in your fingertips. Welcome to the BS. We are here with the light word, with the bright side, with the shit, with that good shit.
There we go. That's all we come with.
Nothing but love, nothing but light, nothing but people who want to come and tell their stories because it is 9 p.m. Do you know where your people are?
We in here.
Yes, we are always in the building. Shout out to DTF Radio. Shout out to S Street Media.
Yes.
Yes, we need some
Yo.
claps in here.
Yes,
I miss
right.
those. Yes, baby. I
There
love
we go.
it. We got the family in the building. I love the intention. You know, it gives us a way to direct ourselves every single day. And it's very important, and especially because this gentleman has done that. I know him. We know him.
Yes. Williamsburg
Oh,
family.
Yes, all our lives. Know, the ins and outs, and know the up and coming, and how you dealt with life. And so when Loretta was like, we bring a GMAF, I'm like, of course. Like this was been like supposed
you.
to happen.
Thank you.
Thank
Well,
you.
No, thank you. Exactly. It's our honor to have you here.
I always
Honestly.
like to build with the peoples.
Always.
Well, you're doing it every day, all day. So the least we could do is pay homage and celebrate you because it's nothing but good
We
stuff.
celebrate each other, though. We celebrate each other.
Amen. Thank
that's
you for that.
Yes, and that's the important part. And thank you, GMAP, because it's the God in the building.
That's a fact.
There you go. That's
Peace, peace.
Yes,
fact.
and let's
Peace to
take
the queens. How y'all doing?
Yes, let's take it fact in that. And I know you since, Block 3 days before I went to school. We already know
Block
the
3 people.
situation.
You already know. You already know.
Was understood, don't have to be explained. But, thank you for the whole way. Like, even for this moment right now, because this is what we have and this is what we talk about all the time, is that the moment that we have right now is important, and accepting and acknowledging, because you are an important part of this whole situation.
Absolutely.
You know that you have brought me from day one, like before.
I always seen it in you. I always seen it in you. You like to talk. So that's what makes a good host. A
Thank
person
you.
who likes to talk.
Thank you, and like the vibe that we had. We known each other again for so long, and we
And your
spoke-
family.
Yes, and my family and my brother. May he rest in
Frankie,
peace.
shout out to
Yes.
Frankie.
And my brother, and we didn't learn that until after we had the conversation.
And Big Sis.
And Big Sis, until after the conversation, and Steve, and it's a small world, and you stay connected, and you stay guided, and you stay with the love in your heart.
Got to.
So thank you for
got
that.
to.
And The Alchemist, I still have your book.
You already know. Let me say this. Your opening statement. Can you read that again?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I know. I made sure I wrote it down so I wasn't freestyling it. The evidence of all that I've been working towards is becoming more and more visible every day. I can see it, I can feel it, I can taste it.
I live by that. But let me just give you another reality, though, because a lot of people who create always have the ending of the reality they feel is going to be like balloons going off. You know, they're going to make $1 million. The world is going to know them, and you know everything that they thought that would happen will happen. But here's the reality, though. How you know that what we're doing right now isn't the end game?
Right.
If you ain't doing what you love, then you know I love what I do. I could die now and be content.
Right.
You know, the people I like Albert Einstein, Leonardo da Vinci, them people, they died doing what they love doing. So it might not be a end to the rainbow.
Right.
No.
You understand? So like that's the truest reality that anybody who create got to understand.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
That it's up to you. It's what you feel. It's being comfortable in your own skin.
It's being happy. It's being
Absolutely.
content. If you did this for 10 years, are you still going to be happy? You just the show that just went out, been doing it here for over 10 years. You know what I mean?
Wow.
That may be the end game. See, everybody think that the end game might be, you know, like the Wizard of Oz.
Right. They're gonna
Yeah.
be
You know what I mean?
Elon Musk.
They might be, they might, you know what I mean? And the reality is, and you know, if you can understand that reality now, then and you still keep doing it, then it's a love.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
you, no matter what
absolutely.
happens, you're doing what you love doing.
Absolutely. And that's really what it's all
It is.
about, because the process of the whole thing is really as beneficial as the end result. You know what I'm saying?
It's the
So
most
it's
important part.
It
yeah,
is the
and it's
most
about taking
important
that
part.
enjoyment and
Yes.
finding the enjoyment every step of the way. Otherwise, then you don't love what you're doing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yes.
that's what we're
It is.
here doing, speaking from our hearts, sharing what we love, and you know, loving on other people who are doing great things as well.
And
Yes.
people's going to tap in. You're going to get a core audience. You know what I mean? And a core audience, you could have maybe 500 people. At least you have 500 people
Mhm.
who listen to what the fuck you have to say.
Right.
They waiting for your next episode. They waiting for you to do this next
Absolutely.
event. They waiting for you to drop this new merch. 500 people. I'm content with that.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot
That's
of
a
people,
beautiful
they
thing.
think it's like it's going to be Hollywood on the end.
No.
And the reality is, this might be the end. A female said it to me. She's like, "Yo, I see big things for you and shit like that." And I told her, I said, "Queen, how you know this is
this
this
is
ain't
big
this ain't
thing.
it?"
Right.
No, but it's not even that this ain't it. This is big.
I
Right.
love what I
But
do.
that
though.
exactly,
Like,
exactly.
You know, like I just shout out to Bobby Stone.
Yes.
Oh, that shout out
Oh
to
my
Bobby.
goodness.
Shout out to
Yes.
Oh, I
Bobby
seen your
Shout out to
fashion
Bobby
show. I seen the
Yes.
fashion show.
Girl,
Congratulations on
I'm
that.
a model now.
It was
Congratulations on that.
and shout out to Bobby Stone, because that was a phenomenal event. He
Oh,
pulled it
my
off
goodness.
flawlessly, and the energy in the building was phenomenal.
And he did it before. That's like the
Insane.
first
Yes,
time.
This
it's
is
the
the
fifth.
fifth.
Yeah,
The
so
fifth.
you gotta
Yes,
say
the
that too.
fifth.
So
Annual Tino's fashion show. And I went to the one before the last one before COVID, before the pandemic, and it was amazing. And I was able to come on this one, and it's like it was like green carpet for Brooklyn. We giving accolades to the people who are doing. They were,
Yes.
I mean, people.
He
Doing
gave out awards,
everything.
all type of
it's
stuff.
Just, we recognize one another.
yes,
This is what we have. Like,
Yes.
who's gonna say, "Oh, this is just what you're doing"? Oh, it's just another podcast. Yeah, it is just another podcast, but it fulfills my
but it's the only
heart.
one
It
we got.
fulfills yes, and everyone starts somewhere. You know what I mean? So like, we're not here to knock or judge or anything. And it's true what you said. Like, it's not. It could be the end game, but it's not your end game.
Nah.
You know, it's where
Right.
you put yourself, and it's a lot with the internet. The internet puts us on that level. Who's doing more? Who's doing better? Who looks like this? Who looks like that? And it's like, it's where you are. It's how comfortable you feel.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So,
And about putting your energy towards what it is that you want.
That
you
you
know what I'm saying?
want
We're here because we
every
want to be
single
here.
day.
And the truth is, we're all living our dreams. I don't know
That's a
about
fact.
anybody
Yes.
else with the
That's-
negative
Amen to
commentary, but we
that.
live in our dreams.
That's the point.
That's the
That's the
point.
point.
Yes.
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 Amen to that. And living your dream is even like, going to the point that Jimaf mentioned, like an end game. It could be a start for someone else.
Your kids.
Absolutely.
You know,
Your-
your kids.
your
Shout out
kid-
to
your-
Eli. That
Your kids see what you do.
Right.
That's why I said,
Yes.
as Moses didn't see the promised land,
Right.
you got to
Right.
understand that.
Mm.
You know what I
Preach.
mean? You got to read. You got to truly understand that. Albert Einstein did not see the effects of what E equal MC squared will turn out to
But
be.
Right.
never- No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Tesla
They did the work.
Tesla did not see the car that's driving right,
Right.
now.
Right.
So you got to understand
No.
that. So
Steve
we might not,
Jobs is not able to see all, and you just do
Right.
the work.
so you
No,
might not.
and-
So you might not be here for the end game. Your end game
Exactly.
was planting the seed
That-
for
exactly.
someone else to
Absolutely.
consider
Talk
that thought.
about that
Absolutely.
shit.
And like really putting it into motion
You
because,
heard?
you know, once the snowball effect kicks in, you don't know where it's going.
That's a fact.
Style by Poverty.
Yes. Yes.
LJ the Peacemaker.
We in here.
the building every
Yes.
Thursday, 9 p.m. Yo, it's a jewel. It's a gem to tell people like you don't have to limit yourself just because you're at a certain place. Like there's no limit for anything that you do. Like we here.
You know why?
You know,
Because
it's-
everything is an illusion. This is what we were speaking
it's
about
Yes.
an
earlier.
illusion.
Everything's an illusion. You know, everything is
Tell
someone
me.
else's thought. You know what I mean? How society is now is someone else planted that seed on how society is going to be, and they put out a plan to execute that.
Yes.
So we follow in someone else's thought. When you think about democracy, you're thinking about anything. That's someone else's thought.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we see it every day on the news, on the commercials, on the
and- but
in the
it-
music.
but just think about this. Even to that person who may not even got to see it, it was just an idea.
Right.
You know what I mean? What it comes out later, they kids is eating off of.
Yes.
So, but I say everything is an illusion because you could create whatever the fuck you want. Life is clay. So I do exactly what I want to do.
Mhm.
Now it may not the what I'm sculpting may not become what it is immediately. I work on that every day.
Right.
You know what I mean? I work on that every day, but I'm gonna say this. I live in my own world. I created my own world. You know what I mean? But the people who I surround myself with are like-minded individuals, part of this community.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Who work together in what we're doing. So
Absolutely.
you know, but life is what you make it.
Yes.
If you this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Now it may not happen. That's the reality again.
Yeah, it's a gamble.
But-
It's all a
but-
gamble.
You doing it, the process
Right.
Mhm.
of doing it, to me, that's what I love doing.
Yes.
I love the process of I like growing my dreads. I don't like it when they long. I like when I'm twisting my shit right here, and I know what they're
Right.
going to
want
be
to
soon.
see it, yes.
I know it's going to be soon. I love that process. When it gets to the end, the people enjoy it.
Right.
Yes.
Not me.
Yeah.
The people enjoy
Yes.
it, but
Because
I
they don't
enjoy.
know the suffering that it
You had
took,
to
how
do
much
that.
time, energy, work. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And it definitely holds weight.
Definitely. And I mean, the thing is, too, we're created in the image and likeness of God, and that's as creators. So we are all creating our own reality at every moment. You know what I'm
Who's
saying?
God? You know why? Because you created a child.
Right.
To them, you're God. You
Absolutely.
created in your image. Them-
Absolutely.
when you look at your children, and you have two, so that's two sides of you. Let me just say that.
That's
Let me
absolutely
just say that.
the
Let me just say
truth.
that. Let me just say that.
You
That's
ain't lying
our
about
children
that.
are manifestations of us.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So if I would have had two, I may have a wild one, and I may have a cool one because it's two
Right.
sides of me.
Right.
So we create in our own image.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
The
Period.
battle.
Yeah.
Yes,
No, that's
period.
definitely an actual fact.
I have day and night.
No,
How about
that's-
you, Loretta?
I read that.
Yes,
That's the reason why I
yes.
said that. And but no, what it is it's my I have a cousin who has 5 kids. They're all different pieces of him.
Right.
One is a video game person. One is a criminal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Straight,
One
yeah.
is a writer into every like it's all pieces of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we create in our image.
Mhm.
Yes.
What side of the image is what is you never know.
Yeah. And I think it depends on age too. Like when you have your child,
Yes, definitely.
like you know what mindset
Yeah, if you
you're
were still a
in,
young
how-
hothead.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
were talking about that last week about, you know, where you are in life and how you raise them. And that's important. But today, these kids, some of these kids are wild.
You know what it is? I think, and this is personally, I think that a lot of our generation didn't put it down the way it was supposed to be put down. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Even though we are different from our parents, because a lot of, we come from like a lot of our, nobody was in the household. They might have been on crack. You know what I mean? So we come from that. You got to say that. So, but our generation, I see more people with their children than ever in my life, ever. Like most of my friends are with their children.
Right,
I see them.
right.
I see Phil's with.
Absolutely.
Most of my friends is like that though.
Yeah.
Most of my friends is like that. You know what I mean? That lets you know who I choose to be around, but it's a different time. But a lot of us, what it is we have a perception of them. And let me give you an example in music. A lot of us be like, that drill music shit is whack, right?
Right.
But then they understand that when Tribe Called Quest came out in the 90s, the niggas who was listening to Cool
Curtis
Herc
Blow.
thought that shit was whack.
Yes,
absolutely.
exactly.
So you to look at your children, you got to have an open mind. You got to think about you younger,
Right.
not you now. Because
Right.
you now is a totally different
so
person.
different.
Absolutely.
So who you was in the past, you got to really look. I look at my son. I see who he was. That's my conversation to him. I'm not going to come. I come as an adult, but I also relate to where you at now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think that's where the discrepancy lies, is because we are more open with them. And we, like, when we were children. Sit in your place, don't move. We go to Casa was like when you go to like other people's house,
Right.
don't ask for water, nothing. Like,
Yes.
and like now it's different. And I think it's true what you said, that like we are more with our children, but we let them get away with more. They're not more separated. We were more separated. Then even if we were in the house party, the kids were with the kids, or adults with adults. Now it's not like that.
If you put it, I think that if we just live in an egotistical world, this is my opinion. I think we live in an egotistical world. It's about the I in most, right?
Mhm.
And don't say nothing to my child.
Right.
And the child says, you can't say nothing to me
Right.
because that's our time now.
Right.
You understand? And that's before us. Your mother could say something to me.
Yes.
My
Yes.
mother could say something to
Yes,
yours.
Exactly.
So-
Or you be out in the street looking around, making sure ain't nobody else's mother there.
But what happens is when you
Very
introduce
true.
this to a society,
Yes.
right?
Absolutely.
This is an individual thing.
Yes.
This is not a television. Television at least have more than one person could watch the television at
Right.
the
At
time.
the same time, yeah.
So that takes away. This makes it individualistic,
Absolutely.
right? So
Yeah.
what happens is our society is a reflection of that. So what it is you have, and that's why I say the fear. Well, we didn't put it down is because I'm not me, but a lot of people be like, I'm scared to say something to their child because they might come on some flip shit. Yo, what the fuck you saying to my child? You understand? That is not that I don't want to say something.
Right.
It's that damn, I might get into beef with you because I said something.
Right.
You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So that's where the individual comes in.
Yeah.
When it was community, we
Yes.
didn't think that.
No.
No.
When it was commune,
No.
we didn't think that.
No.
But now it's individual. My household is my household.
Yeah, we
Right.
got pulled by the ear to our parents.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I never
And the
forget.
neighbor-
One day I kissed a boy. I came upstairs to my house. My mother was like, "What's going on? Why did the neighbor knock on the door and tell you was outside kissing some boy?" I was like,
She's
"What?"
lying.
What we
Yeah.
gotta do though is throw more things with our families. You gotta introduce the kids to the other kids.
Right.
We gotta show them that we work with each other.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
If
It
you don't,
takes a
if
village.
you don't
It takes
see,
a
it is
village.
a village to raise a child.
Yeah, it
So
does.
if they don't see the connection between the parents,
Absolutely.
they feel I could do what I want.
Absolutely. And it all goes back to they're watching what we're doing,
Yes.
not as much as what we're saying.
And we
They
gotta
don't.
make it come on community instead
Yes.
of doing us being on live. Let's be live.
Live
Right.
together.
Let's have the
Right.
families.
Have the
Let's have
connection,
more
yeah.
cookouts when we chilling. In the early 2000s, late 90s, we used to have a cookout every day. Everybody be there.
Everybody
Right.
together,
And
yeah.
what it is kids get to see the parents Parents get to see kids, so now you know who's who.
Right.
Because now you don't even know who's who.
Yeah, no, you
I
don't.
don't know who that
You
kid is.
don't.
You understand? So we don't even know who each other is.
And then that's
Right.
your best friend growing up, his nephew. You're like, oh shit, I haven't seen you. I didn't know.
So
Yeah,
we
it's
gotta,
true.
so we gotta show the community amongst the adults, and then it transfers on to children. If like, let me give you an example. Somebody say something to my child, you, Maritza. I can name a few people who has access to my son like that. I wouldn't say nothing.
Right.
You understand where I'm coming from?
Yes.
I trust in who they are.
Right.
You understand? I trust
and the good intention. Yeah,
in
of
their
course,
intention.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say from anybody. That's why I named individuals. But there's people who could say something to my child and he's not gonna flip.
Right.
He's not gonna flip. And if he flips, you could actually tell me. Look at the difference.
Yes.
You could tell me, and I'll check him.
Right.
Yes, because you know that these certain people aren't gonna be, and you know he's
There's
not
no
gonna,
malice.
If he
There's
did,
no
There's no
malice.
malice.
There's no
So
malice.
You had to be doing something if, and which Eli doesn't.
But
even do.
I
He's such a
respect
good
these
kid,
people enough. You know, these are
Mhm.
people who are like Maritza. I went to the fucking elementary school for 8 years with.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I used to be in her building more than she was at a certain point.
Yeah.
You
Shout
did?
out to
Right.
Marty.
So,
Yes.
so I
You read my mind.
I
I was just about to
I
say
know
that.
I know who she is. I know what she stands for. I know her circle. I know her principles. I know like she's not that.
Right.
So for her to say something to my child, which she done, I respect it. Even
Right.
she tell me, I'm like this. She done told me like, yo, you know, mom, I'm like this. Oh yeah. Your boy. So he know, but no, this is what it is. He sees the connection between the adults.
Right.
And
They
it's
really fuck with each other.
important.
They
And
really
it's
fuck with each
important
other.
because then they fear. They fear.
You
They
plant
know.
Yes.
Stay in your
Your
lane.
lane.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
stay in your lane. Like I
Absolutely.
tell, that's Yvonne's the boy's grandmother. You know, shout out to my bestie in the building, always holding
Shout out
us
to her.
down. Yes. And I'm like, you regulate. You, her sister, anybody, you see my kids, do you make sure you say something? Like, don't leave them running around. Like, I know that my people in the neighborhood, just like they held me down, will hold him down.
Yes.
And they be like, you know, they have to check Choreo once in a while. I see them about 3.
Yo, no lie to you. People came to me about Elias. Let me say this. Elias done, you know, he stays with me most of the summers.
Yes.
And no lie to you, he can't maneuver without someone. I get a call
Mm-hmm.
constantly. Whether it's never negative, really. I'm
No,
not gonna lie to
of
you.
course. They
But-
just seen him in
But
certain
and
areas.
I get the call, yo boy. And let
And
me
they be
say
like,
this.
you know
He even tells me,
everybody.
he tells me though too, like, yo, I see your man, what you call it? I see your man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I send my son Elias to hang out with Stowe. Why? Stowe stands for the principles
Right.
that I stand for.
Right.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So that's like his big unk.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I send him over there. When he comes, he go check Stowe. One of them days, he will be in Sinatra crib.
Yes.
And just, I want him to see because Sinatra works hard. He works for Cats, been in the same spot for
Yes.
like 6-7 years. He has a Mercedes Benz or what. No.
Yeah. Shout out to Stowe.
So I want to
gotta
show
go
him
see
that
him,
you could
yes.
do this correctly
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
and get the same rewards
Mhm.
that the ones that's
Absolutely.
doing it illegally.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But he sees that the connection between me and him. So he respect that other person also.
Right.
We got to get in tune with each other first.
Yes.
And having those principles and hanging out with people that you want your children to be around, you know,
Absolutely.
it shows who you are as well. You know, like, oh, I don't want my kid around. Like when I'm hanging out, I don't want my kid, you know, like that's not healthy, not for your child, not for you. So that's a beautiful thing. And it is important to have them around, you know, adults and people who are responsible, you know, especially the way they're growing up, especially with the cell phone and like you mentioned, the selfie and me and the iPhone and the I, you know, everything is so surrounded and secluded with what they're doing and not the importance of others. So
Absolutely. And then, you know, a lot of it is they're in there on the phones and stuff creating their own world. You don't even know what the hell they're doing
That's a
unless
fact.
you checking in and
Scary.
making, you know, it your intention and your business to know what's going on.
it is.
True indeed.
Yeah, because I had like a parent call me and say like
Yo,
like her daughter sent some pictures and I'm like, I don't know. I'm sorry.
They
You know,
be
I had to check the phone.
they in their
and-
own world.
Yeah,
They in their own
and
world.
I'm like, did you send these pic? Like, how did you receive them? And you know, my son was like, I received them, but I deleted them. I'm like, did you? Like, you didn't send them out because you could go to jail. Like, it's so serious.
It's
you know, we have to
real.
have this
Yes,
conversation. You don't think
absolutely.
that these young kids are even thinking about this, but you know. And then Asaya, he works at a school, and he's like, "Ma, these teenagers are just advanced." He's like,
What?
"They know more things than I do. Like, they
Mm.
teach me." And I'm like, "It's insane." So you got to stay on your toes with these kids. Like, as much as you want to separate them from the things that we were
Right.
separated from, and because my mother didn't talk to me about anything. I don't know how your mom.
My mother was a hood mom's. My mom's, and my father. So I come from, you know,
Yeah, my mom was hood too, but she was like hood, but she was like she wasn't doing anything. Like she would say, we see it, but she was acting like your mom would express things to you,
yeah,
or
so let me say this. I grew up kind of fast.
okay,
You know, my family is like one of the original families in Williamsburg.
yes,
Right.
the
Mhm, yes.
So I've been outside literally at a young age because I had uncles that was outside.
Okay.
I had
Older
aunts
than
that
you,
was
yeah.
outside.
Right.
So my experience was very fast
learned fast,
also. And you know, I just, you know, I was just there. I was just there, and Williamsburg was a lot of shit going on then.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And you know, no filter.
Yeah,
no
everything was,
filter.
yeah.
But the adults used to talk to us so different that I think that then we speak to these children now.
Yeah,
Right.
okay, yeah,
Like
Right.
I think
yeah.
that a lot of us is really scared to really talk the real
Yeah,
talk.
right,
My mother,
right.
oh, back to my mother. My mother, she was,
Yeah, shout out to Mom Duke.
yeah,
She's
my
very
my
sweet.
mom's is very direct. She's a Cancer.
Nice.
Born on July 4th, so she's a
Oh,
firecracker.
that's my
wow.
son's birthday as well.
She's a
That's
firecracker
Yes,
too.
I know how it
Word is
goes.
born. And so my mom's
That's
was
awesome.
always I feel that I was an innocent kid at a young age, right? Even though I was outside, I was
Mhm.
innocent. Let me not say that. I used to say naive, but someone checked me recently and was like, "Yo, you wasn't naive, God." I would say you was innocent because you knew what the fuck was going on,
Yeah,
but
you
it was
didn't
you
apply
just in
yourself
your
to
own
that.
shit,
Yeah.
and that's
Right.
how I am now.
Right.
Let me not say
Yes.
that. So, but
Yeah, like you know about a lot of stuff, but you're not like in the mix.
that's my
Right.
son. My son is that now.
Yes.
So it's
That's the
he's
reflection
who
of you.
he's me
Mhm.
without the streets.
Right. Okay.
Oh man.
So my mother was very direct. She talked about pussy. Like her word was sexing. She was like, "Don't be sexing no girl in this house." Right?
Straight to the
She done
point.
ran up on me, kicked females out. Bitch, get out the house. That type of thing.
Oh my god.
A weed.
And you still brought them, and she still was using.
Yeah, I had girls living in my crib at certain
Oh,
point.
you didn't listen.
My mother was I was a latchkey kid, so my mother worked very hard.
Mhm.
Okay.
So when she came in, she went to sleep.
Okay.
I was
So
in
you
the
tried- you
world.
tried.
I'm in the world. She see me at 9:00. I sneak back outside. Don't lock the door. Go outside.
Yeah, you was outside.
So my mom's, she was very direct. I'll whip your ass if you do this. I'm not with that. My father was a real nigga too. So I've been around guns at a young age. So it wasn't hidden for me. It was very, as I said, I wasn't naive. I was innocent, meaning
Right.
that I didn't think guns killed until my man Bling died.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I was outside before that though.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
when that happened,
yeah.
it was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
this shit is real. I need a gun.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it was.
Yeah.
Before that, we got into all the shit that was happening, shot at, all that, and
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
even caring about it.
When
It was
his
Right,
fun.
right,
birthdays, all
right.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not,
But when he died,
yeah.
that was 1992, November or December 1992.
Mhm.
It changed my life. It changed who I was,
Yes.
what was going on in my life. So I was innocent minded. I was around a lot of shit. And so my mother used to say stuff to me like to wake me up. I felt I was when I look at my son, he looked like he's in a daze sometimes.
Mhm.
But what it is he's in his own thoughts. He's in
Right.
his own mind. I'm out here,
Mhm.
but I'm here.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's how I was. I was around the killers. I was around everything, but I'm here, you know?
Yeah.
And until my mom's had to say shit to me to wake me up. Like, boy, when they start shooting, get the fuck upstairs.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm oblivious to that type of stuff. You know, your boy, like she had to say that to me.
Okay.
And
So regardless of her being in the street and your dad being hood and all that, you still had that structure though. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
my mother was mean.
Yeah.
My mother was mean.
Well,
My
that's
mother was
good
mean.
because then
It made me sneaky though.
Mm,
So
You think that-
that's
yeah.
the balance to that.
right,
Okay.
right.
Also, with my father, I was blatant with. My
Mhm.
father, I got high in front of my father. My father done bought weed off me, that type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My mother, who knew about my weed thing too, who was smoking at the time also, very cool about it. I didn't have no beef over no weed,
Okay.
but very direct. It was nothing hidden to me. I think that I was so innocent though.
Right,
that I
that
didn't
you
give a
wasn't-
fuck.
right.
I'm like this. I'm moving weed around for people, family,
Okay.
and don't even know that it's weed. Bring this envelope here.
Yeah.
Bring this envelope
right,
here.
right.
in a paper bag.
I don't know. I don't know. Like it took
Go
me.
to the store. They with a note.
Yo, but even when I looked at it, I still didn't know what it was.
Right.
Look at how that's to me.
Yes,
That's innocent.
Yeah, that's
it
definitely
is.
innocent.
It is
No.
innocent. It is innocent.
And it's not a bad thing.
No, definitely isn't. But I think like when parents like, that they don't expose, when they still hold you back from certain things, I think it's a protection as far as, they still have to do things around, like my mother, like, she was outside, like she was chill, she hung out, but like she didn't speak upon nothing. Like I didn't know about anything. Like if she was drunk, if she was high, if she was chilling, like she was just she was smoking. So I didn't know she smoked cigarettes until I was very like older. She's like, oh, I've been smoking for years. And I'm like, I didn't, so she was very,
Ooh, she's good.
yeah, very good. But that, like you said, the downfall of that was I became a liar. I was I lied a lot because I couldn't do a lot of things. And because she hid a
That's
lot.
sneaky.
Very
Right.
sneaky.
So
Right.
that's me.
Yeah.
You what it is
you pick up that trait. Mhm.
what it is either fear, you don't want to let them down, whatever it is,
Right.
whatever that is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Whatever they planted,
And they planted that
works.
seed, yes.
It worked.
Mhm.
So around my mom, I was like, people came to her like, yo, he's selling drugs. She's like, no, you're not. No, you don't. Yo, he's out there wilding the fuck out. Oh no, he's not.
Mm.
It'd be her friend saying it to her. And I'm like this,
Yeah.
oh, she's lying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah.
really doing everything that
Yeah.
they're
Right,
saying.
right.
And she's covering this guy with one hand, like, nah.
So I had her food. You know what I mean? I had my
Yeah.
mom's food for years.
Because you were innocent.
You know what it was? She didn't when I flipped, it was so
You was already older, because I know.
nah, I was still around 13, 14. This is what it is. When you work a hard job,
Yeah.
I-
That
you
shit
don't
is
have
draining.
the time to focus. Our generation, when made our
on your kids.
I think let me say this.
Nah,
wait,
I
no,
mean-
no,
this is what I'm gonna
say it.
I think
I
what
wanna
made,
hear it.
what made our generation kind of wild was the fact that a lot of us was in working homes.
Yes. Yes.
We're not in homes of people who's established. We're in homes of
Right.
people who may have two jobs.
Yes. People who
Yeah.
slaving away.
Yes.
I
So
definitely can
my
relate
whole
to that.
group, let me just say it. I'm gonna name some of my friends. Ivan, RU.
Hi, Ivan.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
These people, like parents, our parents was living life in
Yeah.
real. You gotta get the
Yeah.
money.
Shout out to RU. That's my
Yeah,
nephew.
truly. So we got to be outside more
Yes,
than the
more than you- yes.
average.
Right.
Yes.
Nah,
So-
I understand that.
So I think that there wasn't a lack of love. It wasn't a lack of knowing,
No.
but life got them by the balls.
Yes.
And so we got a little bit more freedom. And now it's time. Now niggas work from home. You can't do
Right.
shit around. If you like, if motherfuckers really.
I don't work from home. I work 9 to 5, 5 to 9, 9 to 12. And so
hard.
I don't have time. So now that reflects back. Like, are my children gonna sit back and be like, my mom was always working, so I was outside, and I was like, she was trying to get her life together. She was
I
trying
mean,
to
But that's where the
Because
community
no-
comes in.
right.
though.
That's where the
That's
community
where the community,
comes in.
because you have
I have a
sisters.
community. No, I definitely have.
You have a
community, yeah.
community of people,
Yeah.
and that's why you got to focus on that. I preach community, man, and the reason why I say that, and it goes into everything. Forget what we're talking about. Community is so important
It is.
because you could do a lot of things by yourself, right? The time it's going to take you to do that, though,
Right.
it may take you your lifetime. But if you was a part of a community, it may take you 5 years. So the community is important because it's power in number.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example.
And why are we like that? Because it's a lot of us. It's a lot of black and brown. Because the community, as far as like Jewish, and like, you know, if Sally works at a job, she's getting all her people in. You know what I mean? If Stella works in a job, all her. So, but we don't do that. You
The
know,
question is why?
Even
Right.
why?
So culturally, if we got to go to culture.
Why you think?
Definitely.
And when you when you're dealing with culture, man,
culture.
you dealing with people. You know, our people has been going through
A lot.
shit
Yes.
since the beginning.
Yes.
From the
So
beginning.
when somebody gets something, they might hoard it. They might hoard it
Yeah, they don't.
because I don't want to lose this.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The reason why I say community is important, Queen. I preach community. The reason why I preach community is what you don't know, that person knows.
Yeah.
What that person don't know, you know. What that person don't know, she knows. What happens is you know everything now. That's the all.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. That's the mastermind group.
That's the all.
That is the all.
You may want to be into podcasting, right? And tomorrow you be like, yo, I want to make a movie. Do you know how long it's going to take you to learn how to make a movie? But if you had a person who makes movies in your shit,
Right. Shout out to Bobby Stone.
Yes.
it becomes simple.
Yeah, it does. I'm like, I like to talk. I'm like, she's brilliant. Like, why not?
thank
you
you.
know how
So you got to
you have to find
within your
yes,
circle.
you have to
Right.
find
Right.
yes.
And that's community. And I think that the ego is killing everything.
Yeah, it is the
Part of it.
ego and the fact that people feel like there's not enough. Like Loretta was saying last week, she was like, you know, there's enough for everyone. You know, Lauren
Absolutely.
London was just mentioning like the universe is so gigantic. It's so many things going on. Everyone is capable of doing on their own. And you know, if you
Part of
know
it.
something, if you have an idea, if you bring it on, you know, bring it, you know, bring it to your people. Yeah, my allergies is killing me. That's
Yo,
your
whatever
allergies,
is
right?
in here,
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know I
Dust.
have water, but I don't know if you
Yeah,
want
it's my is I'm a little nasally.
Mm.
Yeah.
touch my throat and all that.
Yeah, that's the pollen and the asthma.
But you gotta,
You have
we gotta be community.
You have to be
It's
community
the we
oriented.
versus the I.
Yes.
Right. Absolutely.
And the reason why I say that is, in a bigger scope, it is the people are thinking more we than I.
Mhm.
And the reason why I say that is, when you think about social media, Macy's when they ran an ad before, it was for an individual. Whether it be many individuals, it's for an individual. You couldn't respond back to the commercial though.
Right.
So it was one way, very I. You collected whatever they threw out you. Now it's community, even in advertisement, because now they give you a website. And now on the website or the Instagram page, you could talk back to Macy's now.
Yes.
You
Right.
could talk back to Bloomingdale's. So it's become, that's more we than
Mhm.
I.
Yes.
So the big companies is doing we.
Mhm.
It's
And you can
us
take
that's doing
pictures.
I.
Yeah,
Right.
and you can take pictures and then they post and they repost it and then they, you know, they support. Yeah, it's true.
So the
It's all about community.
we collaboration is the cheat code.
Yeah, it's the key. It's the key.
You know what I mean? If you understand what collaboration does, it opens up your doors in places that you wouldn't normally be at.
Yes.
So it comes back to community. And
Okay.
people I just no lie to you, it gets me sick. It really it's a turn off to me. That's why I put this brand up today. I should was just no lie to you. I woke up like that. It was one of those like this.
I woke up like this. Sometimes
And
you
the
do.
reason- and the
No,
reason-
exactly.
And sometimes you have to express it too.
it was
like-
it was just one of those. And the reason why I say that is because, you know,
So what was it? What you posted?
I said, people are so caught up in the eye, basically.
Yes, I saw that.
forgot. And the reason why I wrote a book called A Message to the Bag Man. So it's like 15
Yes.
chapters left. I wrote 46 chapters already.
Okay.
And I have it here actually. So it's
Go
essays,
ahead.
it's essays on different topics. And one of my topics is the we versus the I.
Mhm.
And the reason why I wake up upset sometimes, because energy is reciprocal.
Mhm.
There's nothing that goes one way.
Right.
Always remember that. There's nothing that
Nothing.
goes one way.
Yes,
If
no,
your phone,
hot,
if they
cold.
could, if
Yes.
you could hear something, they could hear you.
Right.
Mhm. Everything
Right.
is double.
Everything goes in circles.
Circles,
You know what I mean?
everything,
Everything's
yes.
reciprocal. So, you know, no lie to you. Sometimes I beat on myself. And when I beat on myself, what I mean by that is sometimes I take it personal. I shouldn't take it personal, but sometimes I do. You know what I mean? And when I woke up today, I just felt like it's like me against the world. And it ain't me against the world.
Right.
And then I had people in my ear, like, you know, close people, yo, you need to stop fucking with people. This is what my close circle's like, yo, that shit that you want is played out. This is what they say to me. Yo, that shit's played out. God, what you envisioning is not what's going on right now.
Okay. So these are validated people.
Now, these are like when I say I'm gonna say my ex is one of the people.
Okay.
You know what I mean? A person who I'm managing, Free Guard. Shout out to Free Guard, a person I'm managing.
Free guard.
They tell me, and they both born the same day.
Okay.
So they're just the irony of
wow.
life.
I
September,
see, okay.
September 3rd, both of them.
Wow. Okay.
So,
Wow. Look at that. September. That's the day before Ray. Shout out
and
to
I'm
Ray.
September
Rest in peace.
13th. You already know.
Look
You're
at that.
Virgo, baby.
And look, September 3 and 1 is 4.
Join me.
Holla back.
So,
So
no
they
lie,
tell
the
you-
two people were saying like, yo, let me give you an example. I had an event, and I had like stars there, real big stars there. And imagine y'all was there. I got the star there. I'm like, yo, go in the picture. And I take a picture of y'all. Boom. Yo, go in the picture. I was doing that with everybody, right? And the girl was like, yo, get the fuck in the picture. She brought the star there. Let me say that too. She said, yo, sidebar, I bought the star for you.
Yeah.
Why is you not taking a picture with the person?
Mm-hmm.
That's not my state of mind.
Right.
My state of mind is I'm gonna big up the
Promoting.
people who
Yeah.
the fuck I'm with. I'm not gonna lie to you. That I'm really that type of person.
Mhm.
It could be a star in the room, and I'll bring them to you.
Right.
Yo, this is my people's LJ, yo. So no lie to you. A lot of times I feel and that today was an alley-oop. I appreciate y'all today. And the reason why, and I forgot that I was doing it today. Let me say this.
Okay.
I put the comment up before I even you put the DM that reminded me. I said, oh shit, today. So let me say
But
this.
let me ask you.
But let me
before
say
you-
one thing.
okay.
With this, y'all gave me an alley-oop. And what I mean by alley-oop is I've been doing this for 8 years. I've been on maybe 5 shows, 6 shows. I done had everybody on my show or through my network of situations.
Yeah.
So when you asked me, that shit was like, to me, I was like, wow, because most people don't acknowledge me. I'm the ghost in the matrix. That's my hashtag. I'm the
Yes,
ghost in the matrix. The reason
yes.
why I say that is I'm behind a lot of people.
Right.
I can name people who's popping right now who I put on,
Yeah.
right? And I just feel that me not being a picture taker, I'm not a picture taker.
Right.
So me not being a picture taker is almost like you don't know who I am.
Right.
Yeah. But
Well,
you think that I'm
Well,
sorry. Go
nah,
ahead.
I
No,
was
go ahead.
just gonna say that we see you. You know
Yeah.
what
So
I'm
I
saying? That's why I
appreciate-
reached out to you
Thank you.
because I'm like, yo, we need to have
And
GMAP
So
on.
thank you.
And even people who act like they don't see you.
No,
just
but
in
I'm
case.
gonna say that. Thank you.
You're welcome. And thank
Yes,
you.
you're welcome.
Thank
Yeah.
you, G.
Absolutely.
And also, do you feel that you kind of block your blessings because you do that?
So
Good
let me
question.
give you the other side of it. So you said, do you block your blessings? So you could blacklist yourself. And how you blacklist yourself is I don't fuck with that person. I don't fuck with that person. I don't fuck with that person. I don't fuck with
No,
that
I
person.
mean block.
No.
Oh, okay. Blacklist.
So what
okay.
happens is you blacklist yourself.
Okay, yes.
You block your blessings.
Yes.
So what I've done in the past 3 months, right? I'm saying something that I would never say out loud, but this I'm very. You could read me. I'm not trying to hide nothing. So I'm going to give you something I say behind closed doors. For the past 3 months, I've been squashing all negative situations I had with people that, whether it be I started with business partners first, right?
Good for you. Good for you. Squash all
to
that.
everyone. I've been going to everyone like, yo, we may not, whatever, even if it wasn't my fault. Like I'm not,
Right.
yo, I think there's a bigger picture. This is me. I'm trying to build this community.
Right. Absolutely. You gotta keep
Listen
your eyes
up.
on the prize.
We on the brighter side. You better listen up because you're not going to hear this often. Not
That's
from
right.
GMAP.
So
Listen
I
here.
apologize for 3 months.
Good
Going
for
on
you.
4 months now. I apologize since January. I apologize to everyone who has been going through stuff with. I started from business. Then I went to my family now. So I called my Uncle Roy. Yo, Roy, what's good? Yo, I'm trying to see you. Where you at? You know what I mean? I told him to talk to my Aunt Vanessa. Tell her I want to see her. Tell Aaron. These people, let me
Good
keep
for
it down with you. I
you,
don't really, there was
man.
time that I wasn't dealing with none of them.
Mm-hmm.
None of them. None of them.
Good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I seen was, and the reason I went to my family, if I could do it to business partners, I could do it to my fucking family.
Right,
That's that
absolutely.
mentality.
Yes.
But what it is that I see a bigger picture. The picture is so huge that I don't think that people see it. And the people who get it, and that's it.
That's
Right.
it.
That's it.
That's
That's
fucking
that's
it.
it.
That's it in a nutshell.
It's,
You
it's
got
very
it.
simple.
That shit
Yes.
is in a nutshell.
Yes.
Like you cannot explain that. Like
No, you
and
can't.
now I'm getting what's understood doesn't have to be explained. Like
Right.
now you get that, and trying not to block those blessings, because like when she was like getting the picture and you was and that's crazy that you mentioned that, because I was just watching something about Biggie and Pac and Diddy and all that, and how Diddy was always in everything, but he branded himself
Right.
regardless whatever he did down the line. I'm neither here nor there. I wasn't there, I don't know, but he branded himself. Who else was gonna fucking do it if he didn't do it?
Right.
I'm here. I'm doing the work. I'm managing. I'm promoting. I'm here. Look at me.
So let me say, so what you're saying is the two people who was talking to me, they like, yo, you need to put some energy into yourself. You know what I mean?
Talk
Like,
about it.
So in the recent times, I've been so within the past month. So these people for the past 4 months, I've been going through self-evaluation. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do that to myself all the time.
Good.
So for the past in January, I made an oath to myself on business and in life-wise. So
Good for you.
me mending these.
So how you do that? How's the process? I mean, if you
So
don't mind
I
me
started
asking.
with mending all the beefs that I had with people.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So business and family,
Right.
right?
But how's the process? Like you wake up one day,
Nah.
you're
So
frustrated,
what it was is I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been having my vision for a long time.
Okay.
I have the same dream almost every day.
Okay.
That's very rare.
Mhm.
People don't like. I want
Yeah.
to say to you, I have the same dream almost every day that I'm in prison and I'm trying to break out.
Wow.
Well, good for you for
But
tapping
now,
into that.
but now this is what it is though. I think it's a metaphor to
Yeah,
life.
it is.
Absolutely.
It is.
What it is I'm very restrained by what I'm doing now. And I see that I want to get out of this shit to me has become prison.
I see.
Because I see I have bigger ideas.
Right.
You know what I
Bigger
mean?
visions.
So
Get it.
But the process is one day I'm just like, yo, I see this vision. Now, how do I execute this vision? And a lot of it was on me. So that's where the mending all the relationships comes in.
Right.
You know what I mean? That was the kind of the first thing I had to.
Yeah, you hold those burdens. You hold that that weighs you down. You
Yeah.
can't move forward with all that.
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely. And then, you're trying to build community, then you have to begin with your own.
You got to be a
Man
reflection
in the
of
mirror.
that.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
Gotta be
You
something
can't be
else.
like,
Man in the
oh,
mirror.
going out
Yeah,
into the world talking
absolutely.
about community. Meanwhile, you got all these broken
Yes.
ties.
So
and
what I started doing
bridges.
too is
Good for
the
you.
people who's around me, I started mending their bridges also. So like imagine y'all two don't fuck with each other, right? And I know both of y'all, but you're part of my business though. Like I'm trying to do.
Right.
I'm not doing it just for nothing. I'm gonna say I told you it's a grand scheme.
Yes.
So now I need y'all to be in the same room, and that shit is not working. This is me. As long as it wasn't blood or it wasn't treachery,
Right.
Yes.
we could get over it.
Get your shit together.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So now, besides me mending my shits, I'm mending the people around me. I have people who be in the room now together more than once who have beef, drama with each other.
Wow.
Right? So this is this machine that I'm working on.
Yes.
I
yes.
love it.
You know what I mean? This is
We love to
machine.
hear that.
Yes.
So I'm mending. So that's the next phase of what I did. Let me mend these situations.
Mhm.
A lot of it is bullshit.
Right.
Now,
Which always is.
That was exactly.
Now also with myself, with me, I started showing what I've been doing. All right. So as I told you, the Ghost in the Matrix. I never really showed myself. I had a show called The Vandal Hour. It's a graffiti show. All the people on the show, except for Sinatra Stowe, wore a mask. You didn't know who nobody was.
Yes.
So for 7 years, I turned the podcast into a business. So I didn't say that all my shit, but this started from The Vandal Hour.
Okay.
Yes.
So now I get with the what I was saying. So with the Vandal, I forgot what I was saying. My bad.
No, that's
the
okay. It
Vandal-
all
So I-
started
so-
with the
so I-
Vandal Hour.
So I started
Everybody wore
mainly-
masks.
So yeah, so I had to focus on myself.
You
So
have to.
now I started showing my face. So if you was following me 6 or 7 years prior to this year,
Right.
I never showed my
Yeah,
face.
yeah, no one knew
I-
who you were.
I used to take pictures with my back turned, right? I used to take pictures with my back turned. I used to take pictures. If you see, I showed my son, but there was a time I didn't show my son.
Mhm.
You had to see him just through backs and all that shit too.
Yeah.
So-
And so if you could pinpoint who like inspired you to do that, because you was always behind the
Oh,
camera.
that was no inspiration. So what
No?
happened was I came to DTF at an interview.
Okay.
My first interview would introduce me to podcasting. I was going to college. I had a 4.0 GPA my whole time in college. I've been offered trips to fucking Germany as exchange students, all that type of shit, right?
It's always the most intelligent.
So
Yes.
in my graduating year in the summer, I was supposed to go. I came here for an interview. I was selling weed and brownies through New York City. I was making over $5,000 a month selling weed and brownies, right? Before edibles became
Wow.
popular, when
Right.
it was illegal.
Yeah, yeah.
I was offered interviews
You was
interviews.
telling that shit before, way before.
Yeah, I was offered interviews by Lisa Everts
Oh, Lisa
Mhm,
Evers.
yeah,
I
okay.
love Lisa Evers. She's
about
so
hustling
just,
in New
yes.
York, about selling edibles
Oh, shit.
in New York City. Somebody came to me and said, "Yo, I think she wants you on the show." And they said that's how popular that I had become. I had
Right.
a brand called Mixie Bars with my cousin Chris Welch. So if y'all follow me, I have a
Oh,
cousin named Chris
Chris
Welch,
Welch?
that I'm always pushing.
Oh,
That's
dope.
the
I'm
cousin I
proud
had
of
a
that.
business with first.
Okay.
So
Everybody working.
somebody from DTF or my man my friend Mika Jaff and my man Wiley had a show here. I forgot what it was called, Swag in the City or something like that. And they interviewed me, but I went and covered.
Oh,
Right?
the mask. Okay.
Yeah. So and I did the whole shit from behind me. Right. I didn't want them to show me because I was doing illegal shit.
Right.
Okay.
Plus, I write graffiti also at
Yeah,
that time.
yeah.
Right. And when I say I write graffiti, I'm not talking about a tag with a marker. I'm
No.
doing the real stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? Real climbing roofs, all that
We
stuff.
run
Mhm.
trains and shit.
So yeah. So I came in and did it that way.
Right.
And when I did it that way, it kind of was like, but I wasn't thinking about podcasting though. I mean,
Right.
say that was just my
Yeah.
to keep me
To
covered.
keep-
Absolutely.
Now
Yeah.
when we come, when I start managing here, I said, "Yo, I'm gonna do a show." And I had this dope idea with all these deep shit. Yo, we're gonna do segments on this, and we're gonna do this, and it's gonna be about life and this and this. And I went to Mark and I showed him my proposal. He like, that shit is bullshit.
Mm.
He's like, but this shit right here, though, the Vandal Hour,
is
I think you
good.
should do it.
Nice.
I'm like this. This is my response to him. What the fuck I'm gonna do for 2 hours about graffiti? He's like, you don't even got 2 hours. I'm giving you an hour.
Mm.
Oh,
I said, damn. I said, yo, I
shit.
said, what I'm gonna do. So when we started the Vandal Hour, I got my man, he got me a script. I followed the script. I wrote out the Vandal Hour. The Vandal Hour was 10-page script every Saturday. I wrote it from 9 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock in the evening, made copies by 7 o'clock, it's here by 9 o'clock,
A hit.
right? Every week. For Saturday, I wasn't outside on Saturday, Friday on Saturday for 6 years.
Wow.
For 6 years
Yeah.
straight. No, my girlfriend come
Yeah,
over, I
nah,
gotta
Right.
go
the
to sleep.
determination is
Definitely. That's
real.
what you call commitment.
Yeah.
So so with me doing this, it got me with the mask. I said, yo, my man was a graffiti writer. He said, yo, I'm still active too. What we're gonna do? So I said, yo, boy, we just gonna throw mask on. We're gonna put mask on. So we started doing a mask first, right? And then I made handkerchiefs with the Vandal Hour. So then it changed
Yes,
to
the
the
handker- yeah.
bandana.
I see.
And that became our they know us by that. If I put the shit on, people know me more that way than without the shit.
mask.
Right.
So I did the Vandal Hour first year. We just made eighth season. I did the Vandal Hour for the first
Wow.
time without a mask 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
That's,
Wow.
I'm
that's
showing
how you're
myself now.
That's what's
exposing.
up. No, good.
We
And that's what you
exposing
call
the
growth.
truth.
Yeah.
Yes, that's absolutely the truth. That's what you call growth. Oh man, that's what it's about. It's about like living and learning, right? Because that's what we grow up to learn. We hear that our whole lives, evolving, adapting, understanding, and that's what we're doing every single day.
Absolutely.
And I commend you.
What's your purpose?
My purpose, my children.
What's your purpose?
My purpose is really to spread a message of peace, love, and empowerment to people, mainly focused on empowerment because we are the source of our own happiness and we determine the outcome of our own lives and the trajectory that we're taking them on. So I want people to know that.
My two purposes, and it's never going to change.
Tell me.
To raise my tribe to be in a position that they don't got to, no one after me goes through what I went through
Amen.
before. That's number one. Two is to leave a legacy. That's it.
Right.
That's it.
So if my end game is that I've been here, in my being just here at my end game, I done wrote for different magazines. I'm been published multiple times.
Right.
I got stuff that's out there that's really huge. And what I'm doing with what I've done with New York City Underground for the past 8 years, they can't mention New York City Underground without mentioning me.
Right.
It's
They
impossible.
can't do it.
No,
It's not
exactly,
happening.
exactly.
So when can we expect that book? 'Cause
So I got 15
Please.
chapters left, man. I got it here, man. If you want to check out a chapter or two.
Yeah. I gotta check that out.
I'm gonna say this, man. It was
You wanna
May
share?
makes 2
You wanna
years.
share one with us
May makes 2 years.
that you've been writing?
Yeah, May makes 2
Because
years.
May, I started writing in May too, but like 6 years ago.
I got 46
Wow.
chapters.
Wow.
46
For you.
chapters. It's
Good for you.
empowerment. It's
Right.
based off the book Message to the Black Man by Elijah Muhammad.
Okay.
It's a famous book. A Message to the Black Man
Mhm.
by Elijah Muhammad.
You know I'm gonna check that
It's
out.
one of the most famous books from the Nation of Islam.
Right.
My book is a message to the bag man. So it's a play on that. That
Right.
taught us how to be as a people.
Right.
My book is going to tell you financial literacy for our people, entrepreneurship from
The growth.
from the bottom to the top. You know what I mean? And I'm going to say this: as an entrepreneur, I may not have $1 million, right? But I've been living off my ideas for 11 years. I haven't worked for
Right.
no one else in 11 years.
Amen.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's
You know
how
what I
you
mean?
do it.
That's right. That's
You
right.
have to follow your dreams. You have to keep going. There was this post that I saw that he was digging. This man was digging for gold. I guess he was like in the sand and digging for. And he left, and then someone came and digged up about a couple of more inches, and then found the gold. So you have to just continue, and that is the end goal.
You continue. No,
Continuing.
some deep shit.
I like deep
Consistency.
shit.
Consistency is their kryptonite,
Mhm.
Yes.
right? That's a chapter in my book too. Consistency is their kryptonite, right? But that also goes to continuing. To me, it's not even continuing. I just wake up,
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
I don't got to push myself to do what I have to do. If I'm physically good,
Yeah.
I actually wake
And
up
that's
wanting to do it.
Absolutely.
And that's a blessing to carry on, but there are some of us that are not that fortunate, whether it's physical, whether it's mental, emotional, whatever it is. We're not that strong enough, but you just have to continue to
Right.
keep on.
But the thing is, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you have to continue.
No, you do have to continue, but part of it is also like finding that thing that you love.
Yes.
Because then that drives you.
Yes.
When you love it, it's no
Find the
push.
drive.
It's like a downstream pull. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
so easy.
And
Yeah.
it's very easy.
Yeah.
And like you don't find the harder you work, like the further it pushes you. Like I'm like, this motherfucker is attacking me right now. Like everywhere I go, I'm like, my finger hurts, my head hurts, I have a headache, I don't feel good, my nose. It's like I'm like when I was doing bad, and not bad, I'm just saying, like when I wasn't making right choices, I'm like, fuck it, we're gonna go get lit. I'm not doing nothing. Fuck my dreams.
We all do that.
The ideas.
Yeah. That's part of the process.
I'm already this age, and everything is like it works. And it's like now I'm like, wait, I need some structure. I need to figure this out. I need to work this out. And it's like these fucking stumbles, the fucking turbulence. It's like, where are you coming from? But we got this.
You can't avoid that.
You
right?
can't avoid it.
Right. But I'm gonna say this though. And as I told her, I fail all the time. When I mean I fail all the time, I fail.
You fail
Yeah, I fail all the time.
because you're doing.
You know what it is? My failure is I have big ideas.
Right.
So I'm always falling short of what I thought it was going to be. You know what I mean?
So what? You're
So
doing
no.
it.
So I'm going to say this. It doesn't even.
It doesn't matter.
Sometimes I, you know, I gotta say something to someone in my own circle. Y'all won't hear it, but to my circle, I conversate about it. Like, damn, yo. But what I do is in my failures, I call it looking at the tapes. So after whatever failed, I like analyzing what caused the failure.
Right, absolutely.
So you gotta look at the tapes. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Even when you finish your show, after I do my show, I go home. I'm like this.
Check the
Absolutely.
records.
No, that's
Check
what
the
it's all about.
records.
And really just cultivating a mindset that's going to keep you going. So,
Yes.
I mean, one of the things that I had shared with you earlier, that the way I address failure or mistakes is there is no mistakes, only progress and course correction. That's it. So something don't go right, I'm looking at it like, oh, okay, this is progress for me to get it right. You know what I'm saying? Because beating ourselves up over it is a waste of energy. And that's adding to us possibly giving up. And giving up ain't an option.
I think once you cultivate that mindset, let me say this. I go through relationships the same way I go through business now. It's a mindset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You understand what I said?
Definitely.
So even with me dealing with women, I used
How
to be
hard is
emotional. I used to
that?
be emotional before.
How hard is that? Like being like such a work.
He don't got time for
I
that.
was celibate.
I ain't got time for
I've been
that.
home 11 years, right?
Yeah.
I was celibate for maybe 7 years of the 11,
Wow.
right? So maybe 6 years of the 11, I've been celibate.
Okay.
I done went 3 years celibate, 2 years celibate. I mean, I say that.
Yeah.
Usually the person who I deal with
Good for you.
usually becomes my girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's like, it's-
that's high
Right.
vibration.
That's
Right.
how that's-
Nothing. We ain't taking
Yeah.
nothing less than that.
So, but what it is it you know, when you I don't have no one who like to me. I thank you all today because one of the things that
We love you.
thank you.
Love
But I'm gonna say this: one of the things that kind of is and I said is that kind of rubs me the wrong way is, it took me to do this for so long, and that nigga don't highlight me. You know what I mean?
You're
I'm
highlighted.
so used to putting people on pedestals.
No, you haven't heard every single show. I represent S Street Media. Every
I
time
appreciate
I
you.
tell you where I came from, how I started, how you always show me love. Like,
I appreciate
there
it.
are people that are doing it. So this is what we do. We focus on the people that do give
got
us
to.
flowers, do show us love, do
Absolutely.
acknowledge us, and we acknowledge you here. You welcome every Thursday.
Yes.
I
Anything, and
appreciate
I know
y'all.
you always do. I know you always doing promotions. You always doing the shows. We were at the Women La Liga of Their Own.
Sure indeed.
Yes, and I support as much as I can. I'm sorry that I don't support as much as I should.
Yo,
No.
We can't do it all
We
the
can't
time.
do it all,
Right.
but I want to. And right, E, I mentioned that I was like, I need to support. I need to go out because I want people to do it for me, and we want to be celebrated. You know what I mean? I want to be acknowledged, and I know
It
that
feels good too.
it feels
Yes. And
amazing.
it feels good. Absolutely.
I want to do that for people, you know,
Right.
and like you said, as a community, we all here, and everything happens for a reason. It's timing is key.
I appreciate y'all
Absolutely.
because, as I said,
This is just the
let me
beginning.
give a shout out to my man.
Give the shout outs.
because Free Guard is my.
Yeah,
is-
he from the Bronx.
yes, he is.
Yes, I remember.
So Free Guard was one of the first people that I know to be on a major interview,
yes.
to say my name, not just to say it, but to say exactly what I've done.
Awesome.
So I want to give a shout out to my man Free. Make sure you go to www.wildkingdom.com. If not, go to Free Guard
Right.
on YouTube and check him out.
If
But-
not, go to Style
Or-
Poverty and you'll see where he
Exactly. Or
follows
you can
him.
follow Free Guard at Wild Kingdom on Instagram.
Join
Yes,
Facts.
absolutely, because that's where we at.
He's shaking.
And
He's-
tell him to come and see
Yo,
us.
you know what's funny? I was gonna bring him here with me today. This is the deeper part.
Next time.
We might
Anytime.
be performing for Rick Ross next month.
Oh, my
Okay,
You know what
that's
I mean?
what's up.
I'm throwing it out there.
Throw it
It's
out
not,
there.
It's not set in stone yet, but we was asked to perform for he was asked to perform for Rick Ross.
That's
We're moving, man. We're
amazing.
moving. So
That's
shout out to
wonderful.
Free Guard,
Amazing.
man.
And that's what it is. It's step by step.
That's
Day
right.
by day. It's like, you just have to move forward, follow your heart, be good to people. Don't burn bridges. That's where we at.
That's a fact.
We love you, G.
Definitely.
Love
Thank
y'all
you
too.
so much. Where we can
Waynesburg is
follow-
in the building.
Yes, all
Yes,
day, all
in the
day,
building
every
hard.
day. Tell us where we can follow you.
You can check us out at www.sstreetmedia.com. We got the newspaper, the newsletter about to drop
Yes.
on Monday.
Yeah.
Yes, check it out because I'm writing an article.
That's a fact. It's called The Street Media. The Street Media is going to be really, really dope. And we got the mixtape out called The Underground Madness. It's also on our website at www.sstreetmedia.com. We got Bottom Line on there. We got B Fortune. We got Free Guard.
Yes.
We got Nimrod. We got Roy You Flush. We got Joey Badass on our first mixtape.
Wow.
And it took me like 18 years to produce my first body of music to put out.
Yes.
So shout out to
Yes.
everyone who was there in the beginning. A1 and my man Scotty. We had this
Yes.
plan
Yes.
18 years ago, and I just executed it.
There you go. And you know what that means? That means it's a masterpiece. And the book
Exactly.
that you're working on is also a masterpiece in the making because I could feel it.
I appreciate you.
And
And shout out to
Ace.
Scotty Optimo too, man.
Yes,
My man,
yes,
he's
shout
on the
out.
mixtape also, man, with
Yes.
Lady J, Jessie.
Yes. Shout
yes.
out to them. It's amazing, that my family, my people from my neighborhood, everyone's doing their thing. It's like, that's what we're doing moving forward. So
Yes.
y'all gotta come on and show love.
Yes.
Y'all here, y'all welcome every Thursday, 9 p.m. The BS with Loretta Tina and Company. You already know how we do. Shout out to my guys, Bobby Stone, Fat Lace, oh my God, DJ Lunchbox, Dive, Shug G. I love you guys so much. It was an amazing, amazing show.
Yes.
That's what we're doing. We're gonna get connected.
Bobby
so
Stone
we all-
is an alien.
Oh,
I'm
I'm gonna
wow.
say
He's
this.
something
There's very
else.
few aliens in our business. Bobby Stone is one. My man Hollywood Play, who's not here no more, was one.
Oh,
My man
yes.
Jason Bourne, who's not here no more, he was
Oh,
one. There's a few aliens in here. My man Skanks the Rap Martyr,
Yes,
alien, man.
professional.
alien. I can
my
name the
guys.
aliens. And my man Knowledge Born in the office, alien.
Yes, I was just with Flow Fashion with Skanks.
Skanks
We
the
just-
Rap Martyr,
Oh
you
man,
already
I
know.
love. Yes, love. The love is heavy. The
He's a
love is heavy.
genius.
He is. Oh,
Clothing, music, video.
We
video
gotta have a
director.
party. We gotta have a
Definitely,
we have the
definitely.
BS Style by Poverty S Street Media Party. We in the building.
Yes.
Thank you for tuning in. I love you guys. We love you guys.
Yes, we love you as always. We here every Thursday, 9 p.m. Tina and Loretta doing wonderful things, loving each other, building a community.
Yes.
And stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Peace.
Peace.
My track record so clean, they couldn't wait to just bash me. I must be getting too flashy. Y'all shouldn't have let the world gas me. It's too late, cause I'm here to stay, and these girls know that I'm nasty. I sent it back to her boyfriend with my handprint on her ex cheek. City talking, we taking notes. Tell him all to keep making posts. Wish he could, but he can't get close. OG so proud of me that he choking up while he making toast. I'm the type that you can't control. Said I would, then I made it so. I don't clear up rumors. Ay, where's y'all sense of humor? Ay, I'm done making jokes cause they got old like baby boomers. Turn my haters to consumers. I make vets feel like they juniors. Say your time is coming soon, but just like Oklahoma, mine is coming sooner. I'm just a late bloomer. I didn't peak in high school, I'm still out here getting cuter. All these social networks and computers got these pussies walking around like they ain't losers.
I told you long ago on the road, I got what they waiting for. Don't run from nothing, dog. Get your soul. Just tell them ain't late. Listen, you running from nowhere. You was never really rooting for me anyway. When I'm back up at the top, I wanna hear you say, you don't run from nothing, dog. Get your soul. Just tell them that the break is over. too hard. I'm in the street, baby. I'm in the street, baby. Yeah. So, I got lights in this bitch. Turn me up some cruise. Jim in this bitch, L's in this bitch. What's up? I bought the Richie for a quarter, but I sold it for a nickel. Hold on, let me hit the blind. I'm bringing real niggas home, shit, I'm the realest, it's official. Yeah, when I start stressing, I get bored, might spend $1 million, that shit tickle. On the 3-way, me and slow, he called L's and we both pickle. In the tail, but you